Welcome, everybody. I told you we'll be back. I promised you we'd do a double header today. I'm a little late on that promise, but we are here and we are back. And we got a lot to cover in this episode right here of the Disrespected Fathers podcast. And it's one of them situations I'm scared for the community. But before we go any further, uh, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so we can get more viewers in here because they're not going to want to miss this one. And if you can, please share and share it with other people. Hit that notification button as well. Uh, so, without any further ado, I'll get right to it. You can leave your comments in the comment section if you like. But I want to talk to you all about all of the missing children that have been going missing here in the state of Texas, in the state of New York, in the state of Washington D.C., the D.C. The DMC or whatever it is, the DM. This is scary, and this is why I keep telling y'all single mothers, you need to get with and stay with the father, or you need to let the father be the sole disciplinarian in this, because there's kids. Listen at how many of these kids have been going missing. Listen, and I got this from something I seen on TikTok. I think Gabrielle Union uh, said in 2021, 71,000 Black women, young ladies, Black girls went missing. And this was in 2021. 71,000 under the age of 17 went missing. Nobody talked about that. Why? Because you see, they don't give a damn. And obviously, if you cared about your children, you would set down some ground rules. You would set down some precedents to let your children know, look, this is no game. Why aren't you feeding them this type of information? Why aren't you feeding them this? Why aren't you putting the fear of God in your children when it comes to this stuff right here? This is ridiculous, man. I don't listen. This was all last month. 8 children missing in New York within a 24-hour span. This is calculated. This is calculated. 34 missing in 24 hours in Washington, D.C. 48 in the past 2 weeks. And you know what the chief of police said? This has been a problem. Nonchalantly, this has been a problem. This has been a problem. No media coverage. Nobody giving a damn. This is why you need to start raising your children the right way. Stop letting them dictate to you when they're going to come in. I'm going to give you an example. Like last night, I'm at work and this woman stops me. Her and her daughter was going through a spat. Her daughter wanted to walk off. So she called me because I'm a big guy. She said, "Sir, are you security?" I was like, "No, I just work here." She goes, "My daughter is trying to leave and go off somewhere, and I won't be in trying to run away." And I said, "Oh no." So her mother stood her ground. Mama stood her ground. That's what I'm talking about. You're an 18, 17, 18-year old in a foreign city. Why would you feel the need to just wander off and go and you're going to tell her your mom you're going to get your phone? You're in an amusement park. Everybody has their phone with them. You've seen some boys or some boys, a boy or some boys out, and you wanted to go see what they were doing, or you wanted to follow them to get in some mischief. And that could ultimately lead to your demise. I'm so proud of that mama. And I told her that after she left, after I got her alone. I'm proud of you people, you women need to start paying closer attention to your children. The kids that don't go outside and play, that's a problem sometimes. But at least you know where they are. They're under that video game. At least you know where they are. The kids that got football practice, basketball practice, baseball practice, whatever. As long as you know where they are, and as long as you can get to them in time, then we got nothing to talk about. But you mamas that live ratchet, and I don't care if you get mad or not. You mamas that live ratchet, not taking care of your children, not caring where they be or who they're with, is gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. You see, these people are taking our children from us. It's not just the black kids. It's the Latino kids, some white kids. You better start waking up. You better start waking up. To me, and I do a lot of research. I do a lot of research. This right here is resembling the Atlanta child murders all over again. This is resembling the Atlanta child murders. And if you're from the 70s and the 80s, you know what I'm talking about. You can go on my TikTok at Max Rider 34. You can get the full story. I've had people tell me that everything I said was the truth. I had a little pushback, but I'm telling you, you need to start paying close attention to your children. They're coming up missing. They are coming up missing. And nobody is to blame but you. If you feel like your child can't be disciplined, if you feel like your child cannot be disciplined, you need to find their father. If they're not with their father, you need to find their father. If they're not, if their father is unable to contain them, give us a call. Give me a call. You need to stop paying your children never mind. They need to learn. You can come up missing anytime and nobody's coming for you. You need to have the fear of God in them. I keep telling y'all that. Now, people are not coming back home again. That's the reality of this. Children are not coming back home again. Out of maybe one of them will come home. Out of all of those kids, what is that so far? And it's more. And not to mention the the four young teenage boys that were found hanged in trees. Was it West Virginia? And the officers and the police department saying, "Hey, they this seemed like an act of them doing it themselves." Come on, man. We've had the lowest suicide rate in the history of this country. Not saying that people don't do that. Not saying as we as people don't do that, but we do not do this at an alarming rate. To be hanging in trees in the middle of nowhere, stop it, man. You need to start paying attention to your surroundings and who you're with. I'm talking to you teenagers now. Need to start paying attention to who you're surrounding yourself with. Everybody does not have your best intentions at heart. Everybody don't have your best interest at heart. Excuse me. This is getting scary, man. This is getting scarier by the moment. This is getting scarier by the moment, and none of these modern parents are getting it. You treat your children as if they were just cute little pets. These kids need to be raised because they're killing us off. They're killing us off. And this video might not get seen, but I'm telling you, somebody needs to start talking to these children. And if I have to do it, I will. If I have to talk to these kids by myself, individually, no matter how long it takes, I will do it. But something needs to transpire. It hurts because these kids have no guidance. You allow them to live free and do what they want. And now their entitlement and their disrespect is worse than a racist person to me. Their entitlement and disrespect equals the same type of disrespect that a racist would have. And it's disgusting. And let's talk about another topic that I was trying to get to earlier. So I know you've seen the Carnival cruise ship situation where they are not wanting rap music, all of these fans and clap fans and the boots on the ground on their cruise ship anymore. I don't care if you get mad, but a lot of people bring their children on these cruise ships. A lot of people don't want to be overcrowded with bunches and bunches of stuff that we could leave in the ghetto. That's not what we came to vacation for. So I'm not mad at Carnival for changing up everything. They don't want rap music. They don't want none of that no more. It is to get rid of this riffraff. It's not to get rid of black people. It's to get rid of the riffraff. Y'all don't see it because y'all were not raised right. Everybody is not racist. Everybody don't want their stuff tore up. Everybody don't want their brand debranded. I remember when there was a time I could only dream about going on a Carnival cruise ship or a cruise. I've had many opportunities to go, and I should have taken them when all of this wasn't happening. But now they have made it so easy to go. I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to go anymore because the fact that you make it easy for anybody to go is enough for me. And again, I have to go to home training. I have to go through this, this home training type of. You don't understand the way that you raise your kids reflects on you in the public. Excuse me, trying to get something out my my beard is just gray hair. uh, like I said though, y'all need to start paying attention. Y'all need to start paying attention because I looked at that cruise ship video in that picture of thousands of black people on that cruise ship. Now, help me out. Help me out. How many of us can swim if that happened? If a ship were to sink, how many of us can swim? How many of us can swim? What's the purpose of buying a bathing suit? What's the purpose of going on a ship if you can't swim? Just in case. No, I'm speaking hypothetically, but just in case. But I'm speaking with a bit of common sense. Why are you going on a cruise when you cannot swim? Just in case. Now, you're setting yourself up. In other words, you're setting yourself up for they could sink that ship to get rid of more of you. You got to pay attention to this stuff. They could sink that ship and just call it an accident and have the government help out with the insurance to pay that off and be done with it. Y'all got to start paying attention. I don't do no flying. I don't do no cruising. Only time I fly is when I absolutely have to. Only time I fly is when I absolutely have to. Only time I fly is when I Absolutely freaking have to. When I don't feel like being on a cruise, I mean, I don't feel like being on the road driving for so long. They could get rid of you in the snap of a finger. They could sink that ship. The captain and the other crew members will be safe and sound. Because in the middle of the night, they can call for another boat, an emergency boat, to get all of them off. And y'all stuck there, not knowing how to swim or nothing. You got to start thinking. Parents, I don't understand for the life of me. Why don't you take your children to go get swimming lessons? But we'll go buy bathing suits, but can't swim. Help me understand this. Help me. It's one of them things I'll never understand. All I'm saying, all these fights and stuff that have been breaking out on these cruise ships, parents, this reflects on you because it ain't nothing but what's the new term y'all got? YNs. Nothing but YNs and little ghetto ratchet heifers. And I don't care if you get bad if I say it because it got to be said, you know. With that being said, we're going to end the broadcast and praying that people paid attention and listened to. I think the few people that came in and liked, and I think the few people that are watching now, uh, I appreciate you coming and stopping by. And we're trying to get this on Spotify and what's the other one? iHeart. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. This has been the Disrespected Fathers Podcast.